This video is about the Orhan series. And in today's video, we'll talk about the trailer of its upcoming episode. Besides that, I'll also share some important news related to the series. And, dear viewers, the interesting thing is that Mehmet Bozdag is introducing one historical character after another in this series. So, we'll find out which historical characters they are. Let's begin today's video. As you know, the first episode of Kurulus Orhan has already crossed 5 million views. And if we talk about Turkey specifically, Turkish drama critics and journalists have highly praised the first episode. Just like last week, this week too, Mert Yazıcıoğlu remained at the top of Turkish social media trends and became the talk of the town. But there's something interesting I want to tell you, and it actually makes me a bit sad. Mert Yazıcıoğlu was super excited about his role as Orhan, and he worked very hard for it. But when the first episode was released, fans of Bala and Osman flooded the Instagram accounts of Kurulus Orhan, ATV, and Mehmet Bozdag with negative comments. The admins of those accounts began deleting the negative comments, keeping only the ones with praise or positive emojis. I must say, it's really unfortunate that just because someone's favorite actor isn't in the cast, people discredit months of hard work by so many individuals. That's not logical at all. The same thing is happening with the actress playing Nilüfer Hatun, Mahasen Murad. Along with Mert, Mahasen also doesn't deserve this attitude. She's working in a country that isn't even her own. Ever since her name was announced, everything she does receives a barrage of negative comments. However, Arab viewers are fully supporting Mahasen, partly because she's Arab, and partly because of the negative propaganda spread by some Turkish fans. Besides, Arabs and Turks have always shared a cultural closeness. Even if there are a few shortcomings, the hard work, creativity, and magical performances of the entire team have made up for them. If things continue this way, Kurulus Orhan will not only attract Ashraf Roy's followers to this historical series, but also bring back those disappointed fans who stopped watching Kurulus Osman after Season 3 due to its nonsensical storyline. Now let's move on to the upcoming episode's trailer. The first announcement of Episode 2 is already out. According to it, after the failed attack on the walls of Bursa, tension will rise between Osman Bey and Orhan. Osman Bey will remove Orhan from the post of commander and appoint Alauddin instead, which will anger Nilüfer Hatun. Flavius was already furious at Osman Bey, wanting revenge for his father George Mozalan's death, but now with the killing of his brother Atavios at Orhan's hands, his desire for vengeance will double, and his hatred toward Osman and Orhan will intensify even more. In the next episode, it seems Orhan will manage to secretly infiltrate Bursa to rescue Burhan Bey, where he will face Flavius, because Flavius will correctly predict that Orhan would come to save Burhan Bey. Meanwhile, the Mongols are returning to the story again. I sincerely hope this time we see them in a new and refreshing way because we're tired of repetitive scenarios. For example, in the last season of Kurulus Osman, the Mongol commander was portrayed as educated and civilized, unlike the usual nomadic stereotype. That's why his intellectual discussions with Alauddin were quite engaging. The upcoming Mongol commander's name is Tamertash, and he's also a historical figure. His inclusion will help us understand the relationship between the Ilkhanate Empire and the Ottomans. Historically, around the year 1300, a Mongol commander named Tamertash had spread terror across Anatolia. Casting Muhammad Ali Nur Rogan as this Mongol commander is indeed a great decision. However, I think the respect Muhammad Ali Nur Rogan earned for playing Nuruddin Zangi in Salahuddin Ayyubi might be offset now, because as a cruel Mongol commander, he might attract criticism from Mehmet Bozdag's fans. Now, while this new Mongol commander is a historical figure, I also want to talk about the character Dursun. It's not yet clear whether he's based on history or fictional. According to ATV's description, Dursun is the son of an enemy chieftain and his love for Halima challenges traditions. He understands the language of horses and speaks to the winds. Although he's considered an enemy of the Ottomans, he's known for his bravery. If this Dursun is the same as the one mentioned in history, then he, too, is a historical figure, because according to records, Dursun assisted Orhan during the siege of Bursa. If it's confirmed that this Dursun is related to the Karasi Emirate, it would mean that Mehmet Bozdag has added yet another historical character this season, alongside Kara Khalil and Tamertash. Another special thing about this season is Alauddin's logical role. Based on his personality, the role suits him perfectly. He doesn't want to become the Ottoman army commander out of ambition, but because he sees the greed for power in Shahin Shah's eyes and jealousy toward Orhan. He doesn't want such an important position to fall into the hands of a greedy or envious person. Alauddin's intention is to protect Orhan Bey. In the last scene of the previous episode, Mehmet Bozdag showed a brilliant comparison. On one side, the tribal council is deciding on the new commander, and on the other, Orhan is destroying a Byzantine unit led by Flavius's brother Octavius. This storyline is powerful. On one hand, we witness Orhan's struggle for the conquest of Bursa. On the other, we see characters logically opposing him. Once the truth is revealed, their reactions in the next episode will be worth watching. The strength of this script reminds us of the golden days of Ertugrul and Osman. The Council of Chiefs now plays a central role. Every character gets proper dialogue and performance time. In Kurulus Osman, this wasn't the case. The council members often felt irrelevant. But here, everyone's life seems normal. Osman Bey plays with his grandchildren, Orhan and Nilüfer share a wonderful bond, and Alauddin and Orhan have a great understanding. If there's one weak spot, it's Malhan Hatun's character. And for those viewers who didn't understand the bat droppings scene, Nilüfer Hatun and Halima Hatun said that collecting bat droppings would strengthen the army for the conquest of Bursa. This was because bat droppings contain high levels of nitrogen and nitrate salts, potassium nitrate, which can be used to make gunpowder. Hence, from the caves where bats live, they'll obtain this material and create a new weapon, one that will change the balance of war and become the key to Bursa's conquest. So, dear viewers, that was today's video. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching.